Hi, I'm Janet Lambert, the Dallas Real Estate Wrangler. Currently, it's May 2023, and the median home price for a house in Plano is running around $500,000. But what can you get for $500,000 in Plano? And are you able to find it in all of Plano's 6 zip codes? Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's get moving. Now the first zip code we'll be looking at is 75074, and that is the only zip code in Plano that's exclusively on the east side of Interstate 75. Now currently the average sales price for a home in 75074 is $427,000. And that would be a house with 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, about 2,100 square feet, built in around 1985, selling for, in that zip code, about 1% over list price. It's averaging about 30 days on market. So now the home I've identified in 75074 actually sold for $495,000, but it had multiple offers on it. And it sold for 5% over list price and was only on the market for 8 days before it went under contract. It was a 1-story, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, built in the mid-1980s with a little over 2,200 square feet. And it had a lot of updates, and it was presented and staged very well. It looked very nice. There was no pool, but let me tell you folks, these 1-stories fly off the shelf almost faster than they hit the market. Now the second zip code we'll take, we'll jump over 75 on the west side, and we've got 3 zip codes, one on top of each other. And a good thing about that zip code is it's the southernmost zip code, and it borders the George Bush Tollway. And if you jump across the George Bush Tollway, you're in North Dallas. So that gives you an idea of how close it is into the city. So currently, the average sales price of a home in 75075 is running about $479,000. And that would get you a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with about 2,300 square feet, built in also the early 80s. And they sell for about 1% over list price in that zip code as well, and taking about 16 days to go under contract. Now the home I'm featuring over there actually sold for $500,000, but it also had multiple offers, and it sold for over 7% over list price, and it was only on the market about 3 days before it went under contract. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a little over 2,100 square feet, built in 1982. No pool on that, but like I said, it was a 1-story, and it had extensive updating all throughout the house, including the exterior. And it's also located in a great neighborhood and location, and it's close to the Collin Creek Mall renovation that's currently going on, which is really close to Interstate 75 as well. So, and now to the north of that, you'll find 75023. All right, now the average price for a home, sales price for a home over there is running about $469,000, and that would get you a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with about 2,700 square feet, built in 1982. Currently, those are also selling for about 1% over list price. Currently, days on the market, 7 days. Now, the home I found was actually sold for $505,000 over there, and it was 2% over the asking price. It was on the market for about 35 days, though, before going under contract, which is a little odd. Now, this home is a big, bright, contemporary 2-story. It's close to schools. There's a nice green belt that runs, I think, north and south all through that zip code, actually. And it's got, they've expanded the walking trails over there and done a lot of work. And there's a creek that runs through it. But the house is actually located on a fairly busy through street, which might have taken it the 35 days to sell. but it had a very nice backyard and pool and that whole living area going on in the back. That house was a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, a little under 2,500 square feet, built in 1976. Just to the north of that zip code, you've got 75025. And that zip code borders to the north the Sam Rayburn Tollway. So that will be your furthest zip code north. And if you cross the Sam Rayburn Tollway, you're going to be into Frisco. And it also borders Allen to the east. Now, the average sales price of a home in 75025 is currently about $592,000. And that gets you a 4-bedroom, 2-bath with about 2,800 square feet, built in 1995. Subject house I found over there sold for $500,000, but it actually sold 8% below the list price on this one, and it took about 138 days or 4.5 months to sell. Now, this one was a 2-story. And it's got about, it was a big house, had about 2,600 square feet, built in 1991, and it did have a pool. It does have a pool. But one of the negative drawbacks that would be to a lot of buyers is that this home backed a very busy street. So I think this is important for sellers to remember here in this market, that homes may be still getting multiple offers, but you have to take into consideration any negatives, especially location, in your pricing. To alleviate that 130 days on the market and maybe have gotten a better price, they should have priced it a little lower, maybe offer some seller concessions. The buy down right now is really popular. The sellers are paying for that buy down difference for the first 2 years. So think about something like that. You need to strategize when you're putting your house on the market and you've got something a little different going on, or maybe you want a higher price and that's just a little icing on the cake. Now let's jump over further to the west, and we have our last 2 most expensive real estate zip codes in Plano, and that's 75093 and 75024. Now, both of these zip codes straddle the North Dallas Tollway, which is also a prime real estate area. So let's start with 75093. That is on the southwest corner of Plano, and it's also bordered to the south by the George Bush Tollway, and it comes around and straddles the North Dallas Tollway. It's a great location. Now, currently, the average sales price for a home in 75093 is running at about $896,000. That will get you a 4-bedroom, 4-bath house with about 3,500 square feet. Those are currently selling for 100% ask list price. So they're getting exactly what they want over there. It's interesting. There's not much wiggle room in the $896,000 range. But I did find a 1-story over there actually too that sold for $500,000 in that zip code. Now it sold for about 2% over list price, and it was only on the market for about a week. And it is on the very eastern portion of that zip code. It did have multiple offers, and there are good schools in that zip code as well, which is another big draw. That home was a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It had about 1,900 square feet, not very large, built in 1997. No pool. Again, like I said, it was a 1-story. No bells or whistles in that house. It wasn't a custom home or anything. But it did have some nice hand-scraped wood floors, which you don't see in that price range much at all anymore. I believe being in that zip code, 75093, really helped to achieve that price on that house. Now let's take our final zip code, which is 75024. That one also straddles the North Dallas Tollway and borders the Sam Rayburn Tollway on the north. And that is one of the most expensive little intersections of real estate in Dallas. Primo real estate. The average sales price in 75024 is running at about $905,000. That gets you a 4-bedroom, 4-bath with about 3,100 square feet, built in 2006. I think that's the newest home zip code we've seen. And they're selling at, though, 98% of list price. And it's taking about 59 days to sell, about 2 months to go under contract. Now, I did find a one-story home over there in 75024 that sold for $498,000. And it will actually sold 1% under list price, and it took 45 days for it to go under contract. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with about 2,200 square feet, built in 1993. And it was close to all grade levels of school, and it had some really key updates. And it was very well located on a quiet cul-de-sac street. So the answer is yes, you can find a $500,000 home in Plano in all of our zip codes. So I hope you found this video beneficial, informational, and factoid filled. If so, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel, and please hit that notification button so you'll be well informed about our Dallas housing market. And if you're moving to or from Big D, talk to me.